good start here at BT Murrayfield, and already we're turning our attentions to next week. And having said that, it's probably a few learnings to take out of the game, both positive and things to improve on. But I really felt we stepped up in that middle part of the game, really took it away from Italy with our skill set and our work rate. So we're delighted with that. And probably just physically, just at the end of the game, we dropped off a little bit in terms of defence, allowed them to attack us. So we'll need to tighten that up looking ahead to next week's game.
Well, that spell when they came back into it and you were down to 14, will that kind of overshadow when you're coming to it to analyse?
It won't overshadow. You can't use it as a complete positive in that sense, but it certainly can heighten our awarenesses going into the game next week. We're going to have to play for 80 minutes against the ranked second best team in the world. So we need to be on the ball in terms of that. So that'll heighten everybody's senses round about that and make sure we get that full 80-minute performance, which we'll need to win the game.
Very encouraging signs, obviously, from the attack. Was that a step up from the autumn for you guys?
Yeah, it always is. Coming into the Six Nations, we know that, and everybody was really focused all week. And I was 100% confident within the team that we're going to win today. We trained really well all week, and again, that's a learning we need to take into next week. So we're ready and prepared to take on Ireland.
How encouraging is it that you can score 5 tries and perhaps still not be right at the top of your game?
Yeah, very. Again, we probably left a couple out there throughout the game, but we're delighted just in that middle patch. We really took the game away from Italy. We controlled the ball. Finn and Hoggy were excellent in the kick game, when to run, when to kick, and we really squeezed them and suffocated them in that, and a lot of good skills in and around that as well.
Just give us your assessment of Sam Johnson, his debut, and also Blair Kinghorn. It's the first Six Nations hat-trick ever for Scotland.
Oh, there you go. So he's been playing tremendous for Edinburgh, I think, and it just shows the quality of player coming in and having a slight change of position today, and really adding to the team. And a good pick up for one of his scores, and he just had an all-round good performance. And he's a great young talent, and he's learning all the time. And that's probably the most exciting bit. And I thought Sam was tremendous. He fitted in seamlessly into the team, and probably adds to our attack as well. And I think it was good for him to be outside of Finn and inside Hugh, having that familiarity from their Glasgow days, and you could see he was really comfortable at test level today.
Gregor, obviously Blair Kinghorn will take all the points for his hat-trick, but Finn had a massive effect on the game. Could you talk about his contribution?
Yeah, I thought that was one of his best games for Scotland. He made very good decisions on the ball, so whether that was to pass, which pass to make, to kick as well. I thought he managed the game really well. He's led in training over the last couple of weeks, and he led on the field today.
You had obviously decided to play through him rather than play through the forwards. There weren't the normal forwards knock out through the middle of the park, but the ball was always going to be behind them.
At times, I think there's definitely times when you get quicker ball and in behind it, you can use the space out wide. But Italy's defence was aggressive in the wide channels. It's harder to get outside them if you don't produce that quick ball. So there's times we had to go through the forwards. But when we did get that quick ball, like Stuart and Blair and Tommy got on the ball more regularly.
That final period there when Italy really kind of seized control, was that just a combination of a lot of changes and then going down to 14, or was there more deep-seated concerns there for you?
I don't think so. I think you can look at that and analyse that last 15 minutes. But credit to Italy, they ran the ball from their own 22 when we were a man down. We didn't react to that quickly enough, so that's disappointing. And then once you allow a team to get yards in that area, it becomes harder to defend each phase. They've got quick ball. They're trying things that they maybe didn't try early on in the game. Passes are sticking, and maybe we weren't smart enough when we were a man down that we were still putting a lot of bodies into rucks, which had been a successful policy up to that point. But when the ball came out, they had an extra one or two players to exploit the space. Even in that period, I can't remember when the disallowed try to Stuart Hogg was, but I think it was in the last 15 minutes, and that was a great try. Can't believe that it didn't get played through and then gone to check it, because Ali got pushed off the ball trying to support Stuart from the inside. He was behind Stuart, so there's no blocking, and Stuart scored one of the best tries you'll see at BT Murrayfield, and that obviously would have been a bit of a lift for us, but to not to get the try and to have a penalty in the halfway line and them to kick in the 22 put us under more pressure.
Will the players be a bit more down about the way it finished than they otherwise would have been, having played so well up until then?
Yes, maybe it's not a bad thing. It's the first game of a tournament, and we're playing the number 2 team in the world, and then we're going away to a place we've not won in 20 years, and then we're playing the number 3 team in the world, and then going to a place we've not won in how long. So feet in the ground is good for us. We started with a solid win, scoring 5 tries is a credit to the players, but we know next week's challenge is huge, and we have to get the focus right almost immediately. They're playing in a few minutes. We'll be watching that as a coaching group. The players will start to absorb the game plan and what we need to do better to win next week.
How's Sam Skinner?
He showed really good bravery on the field. He went over on his ankle. Probably can't give any more detail on that. He'll get a scan on it in the next hour or two. He'd injured his ankle at the beginning of the season, which he missed 2 or 3 weeks. So we're hoping it's no more serious than that. We thought he was going to be off straight away because he looked like it was a heavy knock, but he carried on for another 10 minutes, and I think his last contribution really helped the team. He got up and won a kick-off that we then got in behind the Italian defence. So obviously it's disappointing for him. He's been playing really well so far in his Test career. Meant a shuffle in our pack, and I thought Josh did a lot of good things when he came off the bench. Ryan Wilson played well too, so the back row combination that started and also when we made that change were very good.
Gregor he injured himself before going after the restart.
Yeah, he just got trapped at the bottom of the ruck, and he got treated then, and we thought that might be him coming off, but he played another 10 minutes, and he just said he was obviously struggling a little bit with the power as it was stiffening up.
Were you concerned at all by a slightly slow start? I know you got 2 tries in the first half, but you sort of came out in the third quarter and were much more impressive. You're looking far more like yourself.
Yeah.
You lacked a wee bit of urgency maybe in that first half.
Yeah, not the beginning. I thought the beginning was really good. We had a try disallowed. We were dominating territory, and then we did slow down a bit. And we look at ourselves first. That wasn't good enough. That we weren't able to keep that energy up. There was a lot of scrum resets, and the pace of the game dropped. And that was a message at half time, that we've got to put pressure on Italy by what we're doing with our decisions, but also by our energy. And they did that really well in the third quarter.
Just a couple more for Sundays, please, guys.
Thanks, Composure
and maturity in the way they finished a couple of tries. How impressed have you been with him for someone so young still?
Yeah, very impressed, and he's got a temperament that seems that nothing phases him. I think he started his first game over in Dublin last year and scored in the corner, made 2 line breaks in addition to that try. He scored a try in Argentina in the summer, scored 3 today. He's the quickest player in our squad. He's been playing regularly at fullback, so to have someone that can play in the wing, who has got the attributes of a fullback but is also very quick, is a positive for us, and obviously adds to the depth. And it'll be a tough selection next week if or when Sean Maitland becomes available.
Do you anticipate having anyone else back from the line?
This is the last one for Sundays.
Oh, if you just said that before, I wouldn't have to answer that question.
It's a Monday huddle after, you know.
Well, you saw Fraser Brown who trained with us and Xander Fagerson. I think Fraser has got more chance than Xander because Xander hasn't played for a number of months, so we'd expect him to go back to Glasgow and play. Who else? Johnny and Peter Horn are all trained today in our warm-up. They trained fully on Friday or fully without contact, so and Sean Maitland. So there should be more players available, and we'll see how both Sam and VP, who just had a tight calf, we'll see how he is after this weekend.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Great performance from the team. Couldn't ask for more. Bonus point win, first game in the Six Nations at home, so yeah, delighted over the moon.
First Scotland scored a Six Nations hat-trick as well. It's quite a nice little accolade.
Yeah, to score, I suppose to score any tries is brilliant, and yeah, I was just lucky to be on the receiving end of some great passing and a great kick from Finn. No, it's awesome first try at Murrayfield, so over the moon.
Hoggy didn't do you too many favours with the second one though.
I thought brilliant hands to get away in contact. So yeah, right place, right time.
Is it playing out in the wing? Are you getting used to that now? A couple of times you've played there for Scotland.
Yeah, I feel comfortable on the wing. I've trained there quite a lot, and I'm getting more games there, so no, I feel comfortable.
Is it easy enough playing there when you've got guys like Hoggy and Finn there sort of creating opportunities for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're exceptional players, so yeah, they make life a little bit easier.
In terms of how you look ahead now to next week, do you think you'll have to step up a gear? There's obviously a disappointing sort of final 10 minutes, and perhaps the sort of second period of the first half was, you guys weren't quite at your top best.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll review the game on Monday. Obviously, we'll be happy with the win today and over the weekend. But come Monday, we'll review the game, and we'll be quite critical on ourselves and see how we can get better, because it's a massive week coming up.
Blair, do you feel like you've made that Scotland jersey yours now after today?
Nah, not at all. I mean, it goes week by week, so you just got to train hard throughout the week, and if you get selected, then you just got to put your best foot forward. So yeah, just have another big training week next week.
What was the general sense amongst the guys as to kind of what happened that last 10-15 minutes with this?
Obviously, going down to 14 men didn't help. Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest, but we'll review that on Monday, and we'll have a hard look at ourselves.
Some names on the list of hat-trick scorers in this competition. I mean, Tuchel in 1990 Scotland's last F5 nation. Will you ever look at that, or somebody's owned you in it?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's nice to be named among them, but just over the moon with the result.
It's less than a year since your debut. What's the year been like for you? How much do you feel you've come on in that time?
I feel I've matured quite a lot since I got my first cap. I feel much more comfortable. I think when I first in your first cap, you kind of run around like a headless chicken, not really knowing you know what you're doing, but it's all new to you. So no, I feel like my performances are maturing as seasons are going on. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working hard and hopefully keep playing well.
What levels do you think you'll have to work if you were to keep this sort of form going next week?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a massive training week for us. Yeah, so I think everyone knows that. Obviously, we'll enjoy the win, be happy with a bonus point win, first game of the Six Nations, but it's a massive week next week.
You get the ball home with you, you get a match ball, you don't do that because you must put so many balls in playing.
It was a big day for 3 lads in the team getting their first caps. I thought who were outstanding. I thought Sammy Johnson starting in his first game at Murrayfield, and I thought he was unreal. And then the boys coming off the bench, I thought they added real value. So I don't know, they get the cufflinks, and one of them will probably get the ball.